I'm a dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan, and here's how the Chiefs' defensive line has gone from good to great in just 1 week. Let's preview the Chiefs' defensive line. I think you call. Welcome back to Cyclone Kingdom. The preview of the Chiefs' defensive line comes with a revelation that Peter Woods has arrived. It's the Colin Cowherd meme. Hey, we're good. We're good. No need to worry anymore. Peter Woods is here. Peter Woods has completely changed the whole narrative of the Chiefs' defensive line as training camp has started. When we initially started this series of going through each position group in preparation for the season, I did not think that we would be talking about this when we got a defensive line. The Chiefs' defensive line is great. It's not just good, guys. It's great. It's unbelievable. It's phenomenal. And it's because of Peter Woods. We already know what Chris Jones can do. We already know what the potential of George Karlaftis is. And then you put Peter Woods in the interior line. And in just a second, we're going to talk about R. Mason Thomas and what he's doing. Say what you will about everything else going on with training camp and the Cyrus Allen debacle and Monster Lane not even being in pads yet and L'Jarius Sneed and Rashee Rice being in and out of practice. Say what you will about all that. The Chiefs' defensive line is not an issue. It's not an issue whatsoever. Let's talk about each one of these guys. Let's start with Chris Jones because he is the mainstay. He is the X factor of this defense. He's the heartbeat of this defense. And he's got help now. Well, what does his year look like upcoming this year? Because Chris Jones and what he provides to the Chiefs is a game-wrecking ability to not only take over a game, but end a game. We've seen him do it before in the playoffs. I want to see another Chris Jones playoff moment before he retires. So, Chiefs, if for nothing else, get Chris Jones back in the playoffs because the guy steps up when the time comes. I love what Chris Jones brings to the Chiefs because, yes, he's a veteran. Yes, he's longer in the tooth, as they say, and he's getting older and all this different stuff. But Chris Jones is still Chris Jones. He still has the ability to be the best player on this Chiefs defense. Do I think he will be this year? No. But he has that ability. He's shown it before. From a defensive tackle standpoint, he's still top 5 in the league. But he's got help now. He's finally got help, which means it frees him up to go attack the quarterback. You don't have to worry about a double team or a triple team or a chip block anymore because you got guys around you that can actually get after the quarterback. What a concept. What a concept for a Chiefs team that has not had a good pass rush in 3 years. George Karlaftis' 10-sack year was a couple years ago. And outside of that, you got to go back a couple years before that. Heck, you might even have to go back to Justin Houston the last time the Chiefs actually had a great pass rusher. Chris Jones doesn't have to be that number one guy anymore. He can fill in the gaps and still take over games with his game-wrecking ability because, hello, friends, R. Mason Thomas has arrived at training camp. This guy is a maniac. You've heard him described by coaching staff and by other people as a dude that just causes chaos and is just a maniac on the football field in the best way. Well, that's all talk until you actually see it. And when I tell you guys that the rep of R. Mason Thomas running through Josh Simmons, not to Josh Simmons, not around Josh Simmons, through Josh Simmons, saw everything I needed to know. Saw everything I needed to know about R. Mason Thomas. Because coming into this training camp, coming into this draft after he was drafted, a lot of people were like, it's not Spags type of guy. He's a little limber. He's a little light. I don't know if he's really going to be able to do it. R. Mason Thomas said, shut up, bro. Said, shut up. Let me go do my thing. Let me go get after the quarterback. Let me make Josh Simmons look like somebody that isn't going to be a future All-Pro. Because Josh Simmons is going to be fine. We shouldn't panic over that rep that he lost to R. Mason Thomas. We should be ecstatic that R. Mason Thomas is that guy already. He's a key cog of what makes his Chiefs defensive line not good anymore, but great. It's great now because of R. Mason Thomas. Out of Oklahoma and what he did over there in college football ranks and being able to cause chaos in the quarterback and go get after the quarterback and monkey stomp the quarterback when he sacks him. Now he's a part of a team. He's a part of a defensive line room that is desperate for a speed rusher. Desperate for one. And as much as I love the guy on the other side that we're about to talk about in George Karlaftis, R. Mason Thomas provides the spark, the youth, and the energy to be the guy off the edge. So George Karlaftis can do what George Karlaftis does best, and that is crush the pocket. So R. Mason Thomas and Peter Woods and Chris Jones can go eat. And then George Karlaftis can get his sometimes too. I'm excited for George. I think that he knows last year was not up to the standard that he plays at. I think a lot of people, including myself, gave Karlaftis too hard of a time for how he played last season. He didn't play up to his standard. He didn't play well at all. But what we forget is the year before, he had 10 sacks. And he is a back-to-back Super Bowl champion, guys. We forget that. We forget that. George Karlaftis is a guy that has been in the building for a while now. He's been in the building for a while. And he is going to get his get back this year. I think Karlaftis is going to have a great season. I wouldn't be surprised if he has double-digit sacks because of everything that's opened up, because of the rookies. I think his length provides an edge, no pun intended, to the Chiefs' defensive line when you think about quarterbacks and having to look over the top of the pocket and trying to complete passes. Karlaftis can knock those down now. As I mentioned earlier, he can crush the pocket, so he doesn't have to worry about speed rushing anymore. He can leave that to R. Mason Thomas, and he can do what he does best, which is crush that pocket, get to the quarterback, and maybe even cause fumbles. He's an important piece of this because of his seasonedness, because of his testedness, because of his Super Bowl winning resume. And him and Chris Jones can kind of lead this room now in a way that we didn't think was possible because we were so dependent upon them to go do it. We're so dependent upon Chris Jones and George Karlaftis to make something happen. To make chicken salad out of a lot of different stuff. And instead, they get freed up to go ball out because R. Mason Thomas is here and so is Peter Woods. Guys, he wears number 99. You've heard the rumors about a certain other number 99 who's a future Hall of Famer. Potentially wanting to come back to the LA Rams in Aaron Donald. Wish him the best of luck. I think that he's going to come back and play and the Rams are going to be super scary. But we got Aaron Donald at home, guys. We got the next Aaron Donald. Because Peter Woods is a monster. He's different from R. Mason Thomas in the sense that he's not a maniac. He's not running off the edge crazy. He just bum rushes you and throws you to the side like a rag doll. Peter Woods, I mean, what else can you say about this guy except that he might be the best player on this Chiefs defense this year? And that is high praise for a guy that hasn't played an NFL snap yet. But he's that good, guys. Watch the tape. Watch the tape against Trey Smith. Watch the tape against Creed Humphrey. Watch the tape, guys. Poor Kingsley Suamataia is getting bullied every single day by Peter Woods. He's arrived, guys. He's in the building. He's a part of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's here to cause havoc for quarterbacks. I know he's a D tackle. I know he's going to be on the inside with Chris Jones. That don't mean he can't get 8 sacks this year. That don't mean that he can't get a bunch of different abilities and skills throughout the season because he's still a rookie. He doesn't look like a rookie, guys. He doesn't look like someone that hasn't played in the NFL yet. Mind you, this is the same guy that 2 years ago, if he had gone into the draft, would have been a top 5 player, and he drops to 29 for the Kansas City Chiefs for the potential steal of the draft. Oh my goodness. I'm so thankful Peter Woods is here. How would you rank the Chiefs we're going to talk about linebackers soon. How would you rank the Chiefs D-line room? How would you rank it? We don't have it pulled up here. That's on me because I was so excited to talk about Peter Woods. I forgot to get the share screen up. But how would you rank the Chiefs defensive line out of 10? If it was me, I'm borderline wanting to go 10, but because they still have to prove it on the actual football field against another team, it's not the Kansas City Chiefs. When you go play the Denver Broncos and you go play the Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to give it an 8 right now. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I want to see Peter Woods and R. Mason Thomas against somebody else. But guys, it's close to a 10 in terms of my confidence level. 10 out of 10 of how much I trust this Chiefs defensive line. And that is a wondrous thing to say as a Chiefs fan. That is a wonderful thing to say. Make sure you like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content as we finish out these previews of positions. Season preview right around the corner, guys. Season preview is right around the corner where we're going game by game and giving a full season prediction and then our NFL predictions. Don't think we're just not going to do those. We're giving our full NFL predictions as well. Make sure you stay dialed into all those things. And as always, guys, roll clones. And how about those Chiefs?